Hello, testing. Testing. So I think this entire time I don't think I was using the microphone. So let me know if you can hear anything. Like, let me know if the audio is good. If I'm loud enough, if the audio is nice, let me know. Right, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just cut this part out. I'm just gonna cut this out once I upload this as a replay. So for those of you, welcome everybody to the stream. It's been a while since I've done one. I've been away for like the better part of 2 weeks. And for those of you who are interested to find out what happened to me and what I was doing for those 2 weeks when I wasn't streaming or active at all, then stick around to find out. If you're not interested, then just skip ahead by like 2-3 minutes and we're gonna get into Bitcoin and what I think is gonna happen to the crypto markets. We're gonna talk about DeFi and we're also going to find out which coins are going to be the best. So those of you who might be wondering, I actually went to the States on the last week of March to attend a business conference mastermind thing. And boy, I'm so happy that I went. I've learned so much and, you know, look forward to what's about to come to this YouTube channel and as well as the private group. I'm definitely going to take this to the next level within the next 6 months. So definitely get excited for it. And it was beautiful. Los Angeles has some beautiful weather, man. And like the beaches, ooh. I'm definitely going to be visiting again. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Now, let's get into Bitcoin. Currently, everything is just happening as what I have been predicting, right? What I've been saying for the last 2 months, which is the fact that Bitcoin, if you take a look at a macro scale, that's your level 1, level 2, level 3, level 2, level 3, right? It is fully reset. And the only way to go is up. We might have been ranging for a good portion of time, or more specifically 2.5 months, in between that range high over there. Actually, let me just remove everything so I don't confuse you guys. So we have been ranging for the better part of 2 months at that range high and that range low. And I've talked about this, right? Zero reason to panic. The only thing you should be doing, in fact, is to be buying because it's going to go up. And it's exactly what we've been getting. So we've been calling this our convictions from, basically our convictions from the last 50 days or so has been paying off because I've been telling you guys to accumulate, telling you guys to get in. And for those of you who made money, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be really interested to hear about what you guys have accomplished, right? And now, what's next? Are we going to go down? Are we going to continue going up? That's what we're going to figure out. So, first things first, we broke above the range high, and currently we are consolidating above the range high. So this is going to be a macro view for Bitcoin. I'm going to talk about what's going to happen in the next few hours later, but for now, let's understand the macro picture because I've been away for like a couple of weeks. So you broke above the range high, and now you're consolidating above it. That's a really good sign, because that usually indicates that it's getting ready for a next move upwards. So for those of you who might remember me saying on stream, I said that my target for March, the month of March, was 50k by the end of March. We got pretty close to 48k, and it happened in the last week of March, basically. And now, with this consolidation, it would appear that it's going to make the next move upwards. So my target for April is going to be 52,000, 50 to 52,000. I believe we get there by the end of April, and let's see if I'm right. So currently, is Bitcoin going to do a retracement or is it going to continue upwards? Honestly, it's 50-50, but either direction is going to give you a very solid entry to take advantage of it. Here's what I mean. So if you take a look on the Bitcoin daily chart at the moment, this right here, that is a daily bullish order block, which means that if you return back to that area, that's going to be an amazing area for you to get in to take advantage of a so-called alt season. And talking about alt season, I wanted to show you guys this. It's really, really heavily Bitcoin season at the moment. Altcoins are not really performing that well compared to Bitcoin. This is why I always encourage people when it is altcoin season to gain some Bitcoin exposure. And when it is Bitcoin season, you do not get bearish. When it is Bitcoin season, you always accumulate altcoins, because this is what's going to happen. I don't know if you guys remember, but go watch my last few streams. I called this right here, this pump by DeFi Perp, almost 50% on DeFi Perp. SRM went 2x, Sushi almost went 2x, Rune went pretty much 3x. We predicted this, and this is why you watch these streams, to be able to take advantage and to find out the edge and to find out what's going to pop next. So we all called this, but this is just the beginning. This is not the end of it. This right here, you see, when you zoom out, you will find out that this is a beautiful rounded bottom. If it consolidates right now, it's just going to turn into a cup and handle, or maybe something like that. So not bearish. At least in the time frame of 6 to 12 months, you are not bearish at all. And if you look, and if you zoom even further out, you can see that this is a range low, right? Macro range low. And you could argue that it is forming this big pattern right there. So this is just the beginning, right? If we have such a big consolidation pattern that has taken so long to play out, what do you think is going to happen next? Usually, as a rule of thumb, the longer the consolidation, the bigger the move. And assuming that if that is really the case, we draw a fib from that swing high to that swing low, we could easily be looking at a $30 rune, which is 3x from this point. And from where we bought, that's going to be damn near like a 7 to 8x. And this is all going to happen within the time span of by the end of this year, right? Because right now it's Bitcoin season. Altcoins have barely started their party yet. So seriously, I'm not trying to sound like a perma bull or a perma bear or whatever. I change my convictions based on what the markets are telling me. This is what I'm seeing from the markets. So short term, you might be bearish, but long term, nah. Long term, you're looking very, very good. So please, if there's one thing you take away from this video, take that away. So back to Bitcoin. I'm sorry that I went off tangent there. It's a flaw of live streaming. You tend to just go off in your thoughts. So yeah, so if you retrace back to that order block, which is going to provide you an area of value, right? So basically, you do not want Bitcoin to break below this low at 40,500, give or take. You don't want to break that, because if you break that, that means that this bullish order block has been invalidated. And what's going to happen is after you break that, you're going to come back up to a bearish order block, and then you're going to continue downwards, which means that the range high was just a liquidity sweep, and you're going to go target the range lows at 35 to 37. So if you break below that, you're going to come all the way down here. And at this point, I don't know what's going to be next, but just be aware that this is the situation that you want to look, that this is the scenario that you are looking for. So ideally, you wanted to retrace back to here. For those of you who haven't gotten an entry, for those of you who haven't been watching my videos, watching these streams, and did not take advantage of this pump, then this is going to be your chance to get in right here. If it retraces back to here, or even back to here, right, I'm going to mark these levels out for you guys. So roughly, these are the three levels to prioritize: 42,300, 41,550, and 41,270. These are the three levels on the Binance chart, right? If you're using like a different chart, adapt this to whichever exchange that you're using. So ideally, you want a retrace back into this area for a chance to accumulate a little bit before the next move upwards and to 52k within the span of April. This is the ideal situation, which also means that if you do retrace all the way back into this block, there is no reason to panic at all. This is your area to enter. If you get stopped out here, then so be it. That is where your risk management comes into play. You're not supposed to lose all your money with one losing trade. You're supposed to only lose 1% to 2% of your account at every loss, basically. So If you're losing more than that, seriously, you need to fix your risk management before you even take any more trades. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that, I've blew up my account many, many times. I mean, not many, many times, but like I blew it up 5 times. So if you're losing money, seriously, fix your risk management. You will thank me. So that is going to be that's going to be the ideal scenario that we want in the event that we have not gotten in yet. The second scenario is going to be just going up from here. Now that part, I'm not really certain if that's going to happen for a couple of reasons that I will get into. So actually, I'll get into it right now. So currently, this is the update on what I think is going to happen in the next few hours. Basically, this level that I marked out here, 47,200, is last Friday's high. This level down here at 44,550 is last Friday's low. So usually on Monday, when you break above either one of these levels during the weekend, the real direction on Monday during the New York Open, which is going to happen in about 3 to 4 hours, tends to be the other direction to take out the other level before you do whatever else. So this can be like, this is the easiest money that you'll ever make. Basically, during the weekends, the moment you see the Friday's high gets taken out, just put a short. You're going to make money. And if I go on to last weekend, let me see when it's last weekend. I'm going to assume, I don't remember. But take out a high, put a short there, that's free money. If you take out the low during Saturday or Sunday, just put a long there, you're going to take out the high on the next week. I mean, during the Monday New York Open. Easy money. It's something that I teach in the private Discord group. So if you guys are interested, we've been killing it lately in the private Discord group. So seriously, check it out. Link is in the description box below. You're pretty much going to make back your money in like one trade. So second thing you're really going to want to do is to follow me on my Twitter, because this is where I'm sharing, like, for example, I called ADA yesterday and look where it is now. Let me just, ta-da. So free trades, free updates, sharing free stuff from my Discord group, just advice and loads of other stuff. And this was from Santa Monica. Beautiful place, Los Angeles, beautiful place. So check it out. Now back to the video. Assuming, because we've already taken out the high, we're going to assume that today is going to be more of a down move rather than an up move. And so, in order to figure out if we are indeed going to go down, we have to figure out if... So, I like to talk about level 1, 2, 3 formations. And if you look on the daily chart, a full indication that it's still just going to go up. This would be the ideal scenario, a retrace back to here, but full indication that it's just going to go up, because if you take a look on the daily chart, right, level 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, which means we are only breaking out of the level 1, which means the level 2 should occur somewhere around here, maybe around here, right, give or take. This is going to be your level 2, which means that you're probably just going to continue going straight up. Although at the moment, I can't just tell you guys, hey, it's just going to go up from here. I mean, that's what it appears like from a macro chart, but in the immediate short term, we have to look at another pattern, which is the markets are fractal, right? Something that's happening on the daily chart is going to be happening many, many times on the 1 hourly or the 4 hourly. So in this instance, we'll have to figure out which part of the level 3 formation are we at. And this is when I'm going to be honest to you guys. I'm not sure, because this is definitely level 1, but I'm not sure if this is level 2. If that was level 2, then this is level 3, because we broke structure here and then we came back up and we failed to make a high. So with this in mind, I do think that in the immediate short term, you're going to be going down. I wouldn't necessarily try to trade this. This would have been my entry, which I made a video on for the private Discord group. So if you want to get access to all the trades, as well as the trading course, that's where you're going to want to see it. That's where you're going to want to be. So in my opinion, probably down. And I mean, probably down for today. And for anything else, that's, you're not supposed to panic, because I already laid it out where we are at on a macro scale. So if you get any pullbacks, it's for buying. You know what I mean? So that's sort of like a quick summary on what I think is happening to Bitcoin on a macro scale. And if you find that helpful, comment down in the comment section below. Just type macro. It'll tell me that this is something you appreciate, and I appreciate it. And while you guys do that, I need to go take off my jacket because I'm sweating right now. Okay, so that is Bitcoin over with. Now we're going to talk about DeFi. So over the last 2-3 weeks, basically the only thing that I have been talking about is DeFi, pretty much exclusively. If you made money from DeFi, please comment down in the comment section below DeFi or something so I know that you made money from my advice. Because basically the entirety of DeFi perp just popped off. And I really hope you guys found that helpful, because yeah, it's just beautiful. So now we have to figure out, are we too late? And to do that, we're going to need to go into DeFi perp to figure out what are some areas of value that we could take advantage of during a pullback. So there are a couple of schools of thought, and I'm actually just looking at this for the first time. So this is all live. You're going to see live, like, what's my thought process. So currently, you're in a bearish order block, a major bearish order block, which would indicate a short-term rejection. So assuming that is the case, I will immediately want to look for an area of value where I can jump into. To do that, I want to look for bullish order blocks. But as you can see, all the previous bullish order blocks have already been filled. For example, over here, you got a wick that filled in that bullish order block. So that's another one over here, but that's like way too close for a pullback because DeFi pumped really, really hard. So maybe you want to look for a bigger pullback to get in. But that is where the issue lies, because I don't see immediately. This was too clean, basically. So every time you pump, you return back to a bullish order block. For example, there. Every time you pump, you go to bullish order block. Bullish order block. Like, you have been returning back to bullish order blocks consistently. So the only realistic level that I can see where you can get in on a pullback is 8,700 points. Right there. Let me just remove everything to show you guys. So this is the only realistic level. Right there. Which is very close to this major bearish order block. So is this going to give you another leg upwards? Because at the moment, market structure has been broken. You're forming lower highs, you're forming lower lows. So in the event that you pull back to that area, that's going to be a buy zone, right? Now, the next thing we have to figure out is that going to just be a short bounce, or is that going to give us a next leg upwards? For that, we will have to take a look at this pattern, which I have just identified, which is sort of like a triangle pattern, give or take, right? Assuming that this is the case, short the breakdown, buy the breakout. Basically it. Because I don't know which part of the level 3 formation we're at. On the daily chart, definitely we're barely breaking out of. On a macro scale, you're definitely still within, like, you're not even at the level 2 markup phase. So you're definitely going to keep going up. So assuming that is the case, should you go long or should you go short? Honestly, short term, I can't tell, but long term, I'm only bullish. I'm only going to keep going long on this. So that should answer your question, which is it too late to get into DeFi? Because, I mean, the answer is no, because if you look at the daily chart, clearly you are not too late. So hopefully this answers some questions. And this was a little, article that I wrote on the private group. So yeah, if you just want to get access to the so-called alpha, link is in the description box below. You're probably going to make back your money real quick. So that is what I was trying to share. Now it's your turn. Please comment down in the comment section below in the live chat coins that you think are looking really good that I should take a look at. Please do not show me a coin that is trash, and do not just show me a coin for me to take a look just because you're not sure what it's going to do. I'm not here to provide like personalized analysis for all of your needs. That is, we have like 100 viewers live at the moment, and there's going to be more coming. So give me a good coin, okay, so that we can benefit everyone. Okay, so let's start off with Chainlink. I don't really have any opinion on Chainlink at the moment other than the fact that you just taken out that high, so by right you should be going down. Currently not too many opinions on Chainlink. Let's take a look at Polkadot. Same thing, you just taken out that high, so that's a rejection there because of liquidity. And yeah, for you guys, you should already know what's liquidity because you watch my videos. EOS looks good. There's been quite a few people commenting EOS. Oh yeah, it does look good. Now this is something that I can work with. And that is a beautiful cup and handle. Okay, no, actually you could argue that the cup was, the handle was there. You broke out of it. But still, regardless, you're forming a second consolidation pattern. Currently it's going for a retest of that consolidation pattern. So we have to figure out. So that's level 1, 2, 3. Did it take out a major high? Not exactly. Not exactly, no. So I think that this is sort of a level 3 formation, and I would actually be more inclined to short this rather than go long on it. Stop loss there maybe, and the target on the previous low. This my take on it. I know it looks bullish, but that is like, you know what I mean? Like, that's 1, 2, 3. I'll put this on my radar. Instead of jumping to conclusions, I would actually short this instead. Yeah, let's not jump to conclusions. I'm going to set a couple of alerts and we're going to get back to this one. We'll figure it out. Let's be patient. It's only the start of this. Stream, so we've got lots of time to figure it out. So somebody asked me to take a look at EPS. Nothing too interesting yet, because it's still in, it was in negative price discovery, and yeah, nothing too interesting yet. I wouldn't necessarily jump in there, but if we retrace back to there, I would be interested, and personally, I'm looking for something like a cup and handle here for me to get in. This is where I will get in. So currently, I'm not interested yet, but I'm going to look for a formation like this. That's where I'll get in for the next move up. Yeah, that's my take on it. So somebody asked me to take a look at data. Oh yeah. So this is going to be a good short. Did it take out a high? So that the high is 4.388, 4.39. Yeah, so you're taking out the high. The short would have been here actually, not right here. Although you could argue that I wouldn't necessarily go for a short here, just because it doesn't line up with my strategy. But if it does line up with yours, because I know you're a short-term trader, like you're more of a scalper kind of guy. If it lines up with yours, go for it. I'm sure if you zoom in, there is something there that I'm not seeing. Oh yeah, that's a load of equal lows. So yeah, go for it, man. You also broke structure, you broke pattern. Okay, yeah, you could go for a short on data if you want to. I wouldn't necessarily take this, but go for it, man. In fact, I'm gonna set an alert. You know, if it breaks that, I'm gonna go for it. Or maybe, yeah, it's funny because I'm rethinking my approach right now, because I already said, like I said in the beginning of the analysis, that Bitcoin was probably going down today, which probably means that by definition, we should be looking for shorts instead of going long. And it just so happens that the EOS and data looks really good for a short instead of a long. So with that in mind, maybe I need to rethink my approach and actually go short. I am just as conflicted. Yeah. I mean, imagine me, man. I have like 100, couple thousand people watching me, and don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to give the wrong advice, you know what I mean? Because I appreciate you guys, you know? I feel really responsible for all of you guys. You viewers, the members in my private Discord group. I only want to give you guys the best, because I really want to help you. So we'll take a look at a few other coins and we'll get to a conclusion, because Chainlink and Polkadot definitely they just swept the highs, and by definition they should be going down, right? By theory. Same thing for Polkadot, same thing for data, same thing for EOS, same thing for Bitcoin. So yeah, just let me look at another coins. Let me look at a few coins. Could you take a look at OGN? Let's take a look at OGN. Could be interesting. Nah, I wouldn't necessarily go long on this one, just because there's such a build-up of liquidity here. There's such a build-up of liquidity there that it just looks like it's about to collapse on itself. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go for a long here, but I would definitely set an alert for a short. Waves. Okay, so the funny thing about waves is I called this, I don't know if you guys remember, but I made tweets here saying that waves was going to be one of the biggest coins in the next 3 months. I don't know any one of you who remembers that, but in basically a month, you have gotten fucking 600%. 600% in a month. This is why you follow me on Twitter. I posted this on Twitter. This is why you joined the private group as well. I posted that there. Link is in the description box below. So, waves. So there is a bit of news about the waves stablecoin, if I'm not mistaken. I can't pull up that news at the moment. I forgot who mentioned it. But I think it was Light Crypto. You can go search him up on Twitter. Based on what he's saying, waves is done. Basically, this is like another LRC. It's basically done, and dips are not for buying. So until we get back to this zone right here at $35, I'm not going to be interested in waves, because this is just imbalance, and I'm not interested in any of this part. And as I mentioned on my Twitter, I would rather miss pumps, because, right, The rule of thumb that has saved my ass on multiple occasions over the years: I would rather miss pumps and dumps than to FOMO and lose money any single day. There's always money to be made in some other coin. Every day there's like dozens of coins pumping, but once you lose your money, you're out. So this currently is in the middle of nowhere, and I would not be interested at all. But I think Waves is done. And yeah, let's see if I'm right. I'm very sure that it's going to come back to this zone right here pretty quick. Before that happens, I'm not going to be interested, just because of the stablecoin issues, and we'll see. We'll see. No, we are not shorting Waves. I already said that this does not line up with my strategy. If you want to short it, go for it. But I already said, because it does not line up with my strategy, so I'm not going to FOMO. I'm a very conservative trader in this way. I don't take many shots. I should take more shots, but I don't take very many shots. E-gold. Okay, let's take... Oh, by the way, this was another trade that was posted live on the live stream. I gave you guys the exact entries, I believe. Yeah, check it out. E-gold, all TPs hit. 24% gain in 7 days. So this is what I mean when I say you guys are going to make back your money real quick when you join the group. Perfect example right there. Exact entry, exact stop loss, exact targets. So what's next? Let's go onto the daily chart to figure that out. Ooh, oh, okay. Now this looks beautiful. This looks promising. This looks promising. So, yeah, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, this is sort of like a cup and handle right there. So by all accounts, this is actually bullish. And yeah, the only thing that holds me back is how Bitcoin is looking right now and where I think it's going to go, because short-term wise, that's a level 1, that's a level 2, that's a level 3. You broke market structure as well, and you just came up to make a lower high, which indicates a chance for a dump. So I'm going to keep this on radar, right? I'm going to keep this on radar. If it breaks out, we're going to buy the breakout. But otherwise, I'm actually leaning towards a short for this one because of how Bitcoin's looking at the moment. Or we could just wait until the Monday New York Open, and we will find out if indeed the direction that I predicted is indeed the true direction, which is down. If it's not down, then we're definitely going to jump into e-gold. So e-gold definitely is on the short list for one of the better coins today, including there was another one that I mentioned just now, the one with the triangle. What was it? All right, EOS. It should be EOS. So e-gold and EOS are looking good. In fact, the best. I'm going to just note that down so that I can go look at it later. E-gold, EOS are looking good for if today is bullish, then those are the coins to go for. If today is bearish, I'm going to prioritize data and actually all three of these coins. It's either going to go up at the same time or it's going to go down at the same time. So we will see. BTCST does not look immediately interesting to me, no. Could you have a look at Filecoin? Filecoin's a lot more interesting because that is clearly a cup and handle, and you should buy the breakout, basically. Either that, or let's see if we can narrow down an entry for us to get into. I'd say right now, like, this is looking good for a long instead of a short, but I would maybe wait for a little pullback. So maybe I'll enter at 24.7 targets. 31. Yeah, 31 for sure. So that's going to be a 6 risk to reward ratio. Currently, this is my opinion. I'm going to set an alert. Don't worry. I'm going to call this in the private Discord group. Right now, we're just going through many coins, and we are going to, we're going to short. I mean, we're going to shortlist some coins, and we'll find out. Data with mean reversion channels on the 4 hourly looks good if we short it. Let me see. Oh, right. Oh. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, go for the short, my man. Data actually looks the weakest, Data is actually looking the weakest amongst all the coins. Yeah, today might actually just be like a short day, to be honest. We already talked about ENS just now. Just go back in the replay. Oh, okay. Telcoin's looking good. I like how you guys are consistently sending me cup and handle patterns. So for those of you wondering, I did a private Q&A stream with the members of the private Discord group yesterday, and we talked about the 3 best chart patterns that I always look for. And those are the chart patterns that when I see, my mind just immediately goes, "Hey, that's a trade. That's a trade right there." If you guys would like to see that video, I might make a separate video. If you guys like to see that, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and comment down in the comment section if you would like to see that. Okay, sorry, somebody came into my room just now. So where were we? So Telcoin, right? Telcoin's interesting here. Dude, thank you for all the help this past year. You're very welcome, man. I'm actually looking, like, after attending that mastermind in LA, I'm actually looking forward to giving you guys even more help and more value. So make sure you stick around this YouTube channel, and everything's gonna just go to the next level. So Telcoin, I'd be interested in a pullback to this level. So that's the zone that I'd be interested in. In fact, I think this is the one entry that I'm gonna call on this live stream, which is a long at a limit long. Limit long at 0.008315-ish. Stop loss 0.00805. It's about 3% stop loss with a target of about 4.5 risk to reward ratio. Now, there's something else that we can figure out as well, which is assuming that this is the neckline. Assuming that that is the neckline, if you draw a trend line from bottom of the handle, assuming that is the case, then you could be looking at this bearish order block for a target. So that's going to be TP1. So how I would do it instead is that's going to be TP1 at 0.009315-ish. And that's going to be TP2, TP3. And if you just want one last TP, that's where I would do it. So those are the TPs on screen. I will definitely update this to you guys. This is an entry that I'm looking at. But yeah, that's of course, if you do decide to take this trade, please manage your risk. I do not want to hear stories. Oh, I lost all my money because I took one of your trades and lost. Yeah, no shit. I can lose too. So if I hear any stories like that, that's on you. I'm already telling you to manage your risk. You should only lose 1% to 2% of your account on every loss. Do you sometimes feel that getting too many good entries is a sign that markets can pull back more? It depends, really, where the market's at. For example, right now we identified that Bitcoin could potentially pull back, so getting a bunch of good short entries is actually a good thing, because then we can make some money. Look at Jasmy, dude. We called Jasmy, like, I can't show you my Discord at the moment, but just yesterday I called Jasmy in the private Discord group. Just yesterday. So seriously, I'm not trying to shill it. If I don't think it's going to be of benefit for you, I wouldn't tell you guys, but seriously, go to the link in the description, check it out if you're able to. I'm sure you will find it valuable. So check out Shiba. Oh wait, no, Sheeb. It's Sheeb. Yeah, you guys are really giving me all the cup and handles, yeah? So this is my take on Shiba. Limit long there, 3 TPs. You could take one here if you want to as a short-term one, but this is currently my take on Shiba. Everything looks like a cup and handle. Yeah, it's true. Seriously, thank you so much though, because this is how we make money, right? We work together. You guys give me recommendations, I look through it. Everybody wins, basically. So if you appreciate this format, drop a like on the video. So yeah, this is definitely another cup and handle. Personally, also, just to clarify, the reason why I'm looking for limit orders rather than getting in on market at the moment is because of Bitcoin, because my theory is that Bitcoin's going to go down, which means I'm looking for a pullback instead of going market at the moment. So hopefully this clarifies a little bit of my thought process and what I'm looking for. Currently, I'm actually not sure where to enter on this one. I will set an alert instead, but this is good. This is looking good. Just I'm not exactly sure where to enter. I will revisit this in a bit though. Right, KNC. Man, this thing has been going up for the longest period of time. And it's honestly looking bullish on a macro view. So that is like around the bottom. And for those of you who have not watched the video about making 50 to 100% every month swing trading, you're going to want to watch that, because I teach you how to take advantage of these round at bottom patterns, to take advantage of these 200, 100%, 300, 400% gains. And you can do that consistently month over month. The link will be in the description box below. You can see that I have a playlist of my best videos. It's going to be there. Check that one out. Highly recommend it. So KNC in particular is probably just kind of like a market short sort of entry. I don't really see that. I don't really think that it's going to keep going up, but of course that's been proving wrong many, many times. So what this reminds me of is if you take a look at Boson, I remember this clearly because everyone would have thought that at this point here, because it is a rounded bottom, that it would continue to go up or to pull back to form a cup and handle, but it fully retraced. So KNC reminds me of a similar structure. So I'm going to take my bets and I'm going to say that this is a short instead of a long, especially if you break market structure here. The moment you break this level, which I'm going to draw out for you guys, right? The moment you break that level, you come back up. That's going to be your entry into a short to take advantage of a down move to target this level right here. So that's my take on KNC. Of course, you're not going to get such a beautiful entry, so that's why I mentioned that this is looking more like a market short. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. One question though, to all of you guys watching right now, would you guys appreciate it if I got my editor to cut out segments from the live streams? For example, I just talked about KNC, I talked about Bitcoin, I talked about DeFi and all that other stuff. How many of you, please comment down in the comment section, would appreciate if I got my editor to cut out segments, just segments of 2 to 3 minute chunks and post them as individual videos? Would you guys appreciate that, or do you think it would be repetitive because you guys watch the live streams? Okay, so somebody else recommended maybe chapters will do. So would you guys like chapters, or would you guys like chapters or like a separate video? Right, okay, so you guys want chapters. Alright, so I'll do chapters. Yeah, I'm gonna get my editor to do this though, because I hate this stuff. Like this little detailed stuff, I don't like doing them. I'm good at building stuff, but when it comes to small things, it's I get really turned off by it. Okay, so I'll get my editor to do that. Alright, thanks for the feedback, guys. So, next up, we're going to look at XLM. Wait, actually, before I do, have I set an alert? Okay, I've set an alert. So, XLM looks like a forming cup and handle as well. There's just so many cup and handles everywhere. This one I'm actually going to look for more of an aggressive pullback. Either that or a breakout. I do think this one has potential to run even more, though. I wouldn't necessarily want to short this, but if Bitcoin goes down, everything's going to go down. So I do think this has potential to go to 0.256 before a pullback. We'll find out though, because I've set alerts. KDA is definitely looking good. Like, this is actually one of my most bullish coins in for this entire year, by the way. I'm big on KDA. I've been holding it for very long. And to those of you who are interested in KDA or interested in one of my picks for a coin that is definitely going to do well over the next few years, then this is going to be my pick. So make sure you check out KDA. Especially for this year and maybe the next 12 months, this is just like a very beautiful sort of, it's just a very beautiful structure. Somebody asked me to take a look at ENS. I wouldn't necessarily be interested in ENS at all because, oh wait, no. It looks like it looks like structure is reversing, but at the same time, not really. I wouldn't be interested yet. Not yet. Not yet, yeah. I do think that it's still just gonna continue to range like this. Maybe range like that. But either way, I don't think this is going to be interesting for the next 6 months or so. For the next 3 to 6 months or so. That's my take on it. So I wouldn't be interested in it yet. But we'll set a couple of alerts. So when you take out that high over there, then that's going to be a very interesting level for you to get into. That's going to be an interesting level to get into. For a short. Any thoughts on ETC? Not currently. Not currently. Wow, API tree has just been in a range for like the longest period of time. It's actually interesting to see. .5, so that's the mid-range over there. Okay, so those are the key levels. Those are the key levels. You can add one there as well. So API 3, let's see if we have something to work with here. So that's the mid-range. I should probably, no, it's okay. API tree is the same price I bought it more than a year ago. Yeah, this thing has been in a range forever. But then again, though, you look at people who are in the stock market and Forex and whatever, and this is the life that they live, you know? 1 year later, they are up 10%. So, you know, we in crypto, we're used to 800, 900, 20x, 50x gains, but, you know, you have to understand that this is already very good returns compared to every other asset class out there, and that's why I love crypto. So I don't know if there's an entry at the moment. I do think so, because you just broke out of that, right? So if you go onto a lower time frame and you identify a pullback area, that's going to be at 5.4, give or take. So if you come back to 5.4, stop at about 5.223, give or take, and target at there. That's going to be my take on this trade over here. Further targets, you could take your second profit over there, right there. So That's the two targets that I'm looking for. So I've set an alert already. Maybe this could be an entry, but I'm not going to call it on live because my brain is not really functioning anymore. I've been streaming for like 56 minutes. So I'm going to put this on a short list, and I'm going to post it in the private Discord group. So to you guys from the private group that are watching, stay tuned. VeChain. So this was the entry that we took yesterday, did not hit the target. I would actually hold off on this one for now. I would set an alert here at the lows here first. Yeah, not yet. I wouldn't be interested yet, but could be interesting later. Somebody asked me to take a look at Near as a short. By the way, guys, this was another trade that I called before I left for the US in the private Discord group. Just proof that you're going to make some pretty good money. It's 29% in a week, a little bit over a week. So is this a good short at the moment? Definitely a similar structure to KNC. So if you think you are going to short KNC, then this is going to be a good short with that. With that in mind, yes, I think this is going to be a good short, my friend. 100%. This is going to be a good short. So with that in mind, I'm going to shortlist Near as well. Near as a very good short coin alongside Data, eGold, and EOS for today. If it's actually going to, if Bitcoin's going to dump, then these are going to be sort of like top candidates. If you know what I mean. So thank you for sharing that. Again, I really hope you guys have gained a lot of value from this. We're just working together to figure out the best coins to take advantage of, basically. So if you found value from this, just drop a comment, drop a like, anything at all. Yeah, I realize I haven't really gotten many likes on this stream, so come on, guys, you need to like this stream. You need to like this video. Otherwise, I'm going to change up the format and I'm going to stop doing shit like this. And we're just going to do pre-recorded videos. And remember to follow me on my Twitter. Remember to check out the website below to join the private Discord group. Check out the Telegram free channel where I'm going to be announcing things and sharing trades and completely for free. So I'm going to end this stream here. Thank you all for watching. Seriously, appreciate all of you guys. And I hope you found value from this. I really hope to help you guys. So cheers. I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace out, boys.